Droplet Zero here with another episode of Red Authority. So today I'm going to be showing off a couple of player pushers. Now, a lot of you may know about the diagonal player pusher. It's very simple. It's very easy to build. There's really basically no redstone involved. Now, I've been spending 3 or 4 days trying to come up with a good design for a straight line pusher. All of these don't necessarily work. But then we have the diagonal pusher. This one's very strange. I decided to use some half slabs. See, it pushes you diagonally, but the problem is you can't change diagonal directions without walking your actual self or anything. So that's very annoying. And because it's a lot more logical just to go forward. Yes, and this here was a completely tileable chicken farm, but I accidentally summoned a creeper in. I mean, not a creeper, a wither boss, and that didn't end well. So yeah, I'll have to fix this all up. So this is the first design I came up with, and the problem is it probably will not work while I'm recording. As you can see here, it's very easy to build, very tileable. The whole thing's very simple, and sometimes if you line it up perfectly between the two pistons, you can actually get it to work. But the thing is, I don't think this will ever work on a server. As you can see, the recording lag is too much. I just clip inside of the piston head. This is my next design that I came up with. I don't think I finished this one, but I had a glowstone trade. Not too shabby. Yeah, this one I don't think really works at all. And it's very illogical. Well, actually, no. It's not very practical because you use a whole bunch of repeaters, and you'd have to get infinitely larger. So, and then the next design I came up with, is this one. Now keep in mind, all of these lights and pistons and all this stuff, this is all unnecessary. Really, this thing, you can have this whole part with the window and the piston heads open. So it's really good if you just want to like show something. And all this gate pushing out and stuff, this is all just stuff I added to make it look nicer. As you can see, it implements hoppers and their use of going back and forth through these comparators, and there's some torches. So this is a very good design. It might not work while I'm recording, but I've used it so much when I'm recording. It works 100% of the time. And the good thing about it is that there's no roof, so you don't have to like look up when you're doing this. And I use the pistons and the lights and stuff because they light up and extend and stuff. So this works 100% of the time if you line yourself up perfectly between these two pistons. So there we go. I got all the way through that one. I'll be doing a tutorial on this first. I'm not going to do a tutorial on this one. It's fairly straightforward. The only part that is only confusing is to get the initial timing on the front. So really what you do is you press the button, that lights up this redstone. Then you have to have some special timing here, or else the pistons won't push in the right time. They'll push at the same time or one later than the other, and the whole thing will not work. So I have these all on special timing so they work on single player without recording. A server, you would just glitch into them and you would never work. This one, all of this redstone down here is just a fail-safe device, you could say. So what you do is you step on those pressure plates up here that activates this redstone, and these levers don't have to be here. Activates this redstone, which goes into this piston, this pulse shortener. So in case you stand on that for like ever, nothing will happen. It'll only do one pulse. So then special timing going through here onto these, and these are all full of like any type of block you could use. So then you could do however many 64 times 5, whatever that is, that's how many times you could make it go. So you could have a lot of people going on this at once if it was going to be really long. because remember, they go all the way through here, the item, but then they have to come all the way back, and that takes quite a while. So you're going to want more than one item in there for it all to work. So I'll be doing a tutorial on that shortly. But now I'm going to show you this last design that I built. It uses very quick movement of the things. They're just moving right along here and then go right back. So it's just a simple little loop. But I think it's too fast. Like, it'd be very nice if it would work. But yeah, you just kind of glitch into the blocks. And that's kind of a big problem when you're making pushers. Glitching into them. But as you see there, I just made it all the way to the end. So it's kind of a gamble. You never really know what you're going to get. If you make it all the way to the end, it's a lot faster than that one. It's about 4 times faster than that one. Oh yeah, so look at this. So, yeah. So I'm going to do a tutorial on both of these. So, I'll be right back once I start setting up this. So we're just over here, and I just want to show you the first thing you're going to have to do when you want to build this. Now, if you want to build this one block higher, because the pistons are the ground level, you don't have to go any lower than this, other than the redstone. So what you're going to do is you're going to do some side-by-side sticky pistons. Remember, you have to point these into the direction that you would like to move. And now you're going to take your normal pistons out, and then you're going to do this. Now, technically, you could use sticky pistons for this, but that's just a waste of resources, I think. So remember, yeah, so these face the direction you want to go also. Now, you can just fill these in with whatever blocks you want. And I changed the game rule, so there's no day-night cycle on this world. But if you didn't want mob spawning or something, then you can go ahead and put glowstone or redstone lamps between those. So the next part you would do is you would put your pressure plates out here. Now you have to put them 2 away, because if you put them here, they would power these pistons, and that would not be good. So put your 2 pressure plates there. Then you would place your redstone. And now we need to make our pulse shortener. Now remember, the thing about putting a power into a block is you have to use a comparator or a repeater, or else the pulse will not come into the block, or rather go out of the block. So this is a nice simple pulse shortener. You'll see as the piston goes up, it goes like that. So now you're gonna put 2 repeaters off the edges on 4 ticks. And now you're going to come over here, and then you're going to build this. So you're just going to go ahead. This one, you just go all the way. And then you do that. Put a redstone torch. Now for this one, you got to do something else. You can go out 2, and then you're going to come in like this. So you put 2 repeaters down, this one on 4 ticks, and that one on 1. And then again, you just place your block. Well, actually, I've done that wrong. Here. So 4 ticks, 1 tick. Okay. Now you place your redstone torch, and you're good to go. It seems I've made a mistake. You actually have to put 1 repeater right there on single tick. So now you'll see that these 2 redstone lamps switch on and off at different times. And that makes it perfect, so these pistons can fire at different times to push you forward. So now what you're going to do, this is the easy part, I like to think. So you place down the hopper, and then you go out 1, and then you continue. Actually, I've done it wrong again. So you go out. Remember, have 2 blocks between the pistons and then this hopper chain. Now, actually no, I've done that wrong again. I'm very sorry. The next thing you'll want to do is place blocks in front of all of the bottom pistons. Let's do this on both sides, so then we can keep everything symmetrical. So once you've placed those blocks, you place your comparators going into them. That will power those lower pistons. And now your next part, you're going to put redstone torches right there along the side. This shouldn't power anything. If it is, you've done something wrong. So now you put blocks between the pistons. I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing over here on this side. is how you're going to power the upper pistons that will be actually pushing you forward. Now hang on a second. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've done something wrong again. You actually put the torches on the other side. So, yeah, so also, you put the torches going the direction that you want to go. Basically everything is based off what direction you want to go in. So I'm just going to change up these torches also. So that means that block doesn't have to be there. So we can just go ahead and place that torch, get rid of that one, place that one, and that one, and they're going to want to place a block right there. Okay, now for the next part, you're going to want to place a block right there on top of each torch like we did on the other side. And now for the last part, and this is the rather tricky part, because it's going to be a quick little clock. It's going to push it up. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to place down these torches twice, because place down, then place back, place down, place back, place down, place back, and so on. I'm just going to do this for the rest of them. This is probably the most tedious part of building it. But once you've done this, that's all you're on. Now you're going to go ahead and place blocks on top of here. These are the blocks that are going to be powered by those torches. Then you're just going to, you can do this now. And you do that over here. Right over like that. So now you see, nothing's going to happen right now, but yeah. So we're going to place I haven't placed the comparators over here on this side yet, but you're just going to go ahead and do that. So now we're going to do that part. So we go out two, then you go across. And you're going to extend these all the way out, one past the last comparator on each side. You go like this. And remember, this is infinite. You can do this infinitely. So you just follow this pattern, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So you're just going to go ahead and do that. Do this on both sides, and then you're good to go. So I'll be right back after I've done this. I forgot to tell you, but on each one of these hoppers that are being powered, you're going to want to go it into the direction that you're going to be taking it. So this one also, you're going to push it that one, like that. So now, basically your machine is done. Now you'd have to add the actual machine part. I mean, the part that's going to be moving through the hoppers. So if you were in the survival, you wouldn't be doing this. But I'm going to get 5 of something. I'm just going to grab a whole bunch. And then you're going to fill up the powered hopper full of whatever block you choose, like that. So now if I press here, it should just go ahead and work. Okay, good, so that's working. Now I'm going to try to write it. I'm going to see if this works for the players. I'm just going to push this out here so I can stand before I press the presser buttons. I'm going to go ahead and do that. As you see, it's pushing me forward. It's a nice block pusher. And you're going forward. So that's design 1. That's the one that is not so slow, but a lot more reliable than this one or that one. So we're just going to go ahead and I'm just going to see if... Yeah, just so you can see if you actually really want to build this, that's probably the results you're going to get if you happen to be on a server. If you have a really good computer and you're on a single player world, I'm almost certain this will work every single time. So if you do have a really good computer and you have a single player world or a really nice server, then you might want to pay attention to this next one. it's going to start out just like our last design, just placing down a couple of sticky pistons. Pretty straightforward. I'm just going to place down that many. And now you do the same thing, you do the pistons like this. Always go in the direction. Remember, this has nothing to do with whatever direction you're facing. This can go in any direction. Doesn't have to do anything with north, south, east, or west. So that's good. So now you're going to do the same thing you did on the other side also. You're going to go 2 out, put down your pressure plates, and we're actually going to be building the exact same pulse shortener system over here. These are basically the same, except for the hoppers are different. So I'm just going to go ahead and place down this redstone here, like that, and then you place down this repeater, your sticky piston. You could also use a normal piston and a piece of sand on top of this if you're missing. If you really do not have any sticky pistons to spare after you use those ones. So keep that in mind if you're very low on resources. So then you're going to go over here, this block. It's going to go out like this. Remember, you place that one repeater, single tick, then you place your torch, go to 2, and you place your nice little block. Then you place your torch, and you do the 2 repeaters, this one on 4 ticks. So there is your timer all set up and ready to go. Actually, I've done something wrong. Very simple. Because we're only going too far out in the hoppers, we don't have to go put the torch on the outside. So you can go ahead and place the torch on the right there. So yeah, just discard that. You don't need to put it out there. So in the next part, we're going to be doing the same hopper thing, but in a different pattern. So what we're going to be doing is we're going out like this. Remember, I'm able to hold these. I'm able to place these by holding Shift. Oh, I've done it wrong again. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna actually do the same exact thing as we did over there. You put those down. You put your torches. Like this. Torches going that way. Then your block between the pistons. Same over here on this side. And now that very derpy part. And I failed to place the block there. So then you do that. You get the drill. So now that that's all built up, you just put your last and final top layer. And now the disadvantage of using this design, other than that it's not 100% reliable, is that you have to have a roof on top of it, because you're moving at such high speeds, and sometimes you may glitch. And to prevent glitching through the things, or just getting pushed on top of the pistons, you have to have a roof. And you can't use half slabs. You have to use a solid block. It can be glass, but the glass is more likely to glitch. So I recommend using a nice looking solid block. Okay. So now we get to set up the fun part. So we're just going to go ahead and place that, and we're going to go out by 1. Oh my gosh. You actually do have to have a torch on the outside. Jeez, I can't do anything right today. Okay. Okay, so you're just going to go ahead like that, and then you're going to place down your comparators on front of these. I'm going to do that on both sides. And now, now we're going to do what we've been attempting to do the whole time. You go out by 1, then you're just going to do this. And then you just get to go like that. A very simple little hopper chain. And go out like that. And you're going to break this one and make it feeding into that one. And then we're going to have this one. You go out by one. Like this. Now, you guys probably all get this. Just in case anyone's not clear on how to build it, I'm just going to do the whole entire thing. Like that. Okay, so now, because I don't want to waste too much time, I'm just going to put a stack in each one. But remember, if you want to have maximum, you want to go ahead and fill these all those powered hoppers with blocks. So there we go. This should be done. So let's just go ahead and try it out. I'm only just going to see if the pistons are working. Yeah, you see there, I've done something wrong. Something horribly wrong has gone on. Okay, my timing is desperately off. Okay, let's see if I can find my mistake here. Ah, I see. I used a comparator for the time. Okay. Comparator, and then over here, just nothing. Yeah, so the timing actually is different. So you're going to go ahead and just get rid of that. And then you're going to put a comparator. Now, I'm pretty sure a comparator has a different tick rate than a repeater. And that's why I used it, but it could be the same. I could be lying, but you don't know. So here, I'm just going to demonstrate. It's working now. Yeah. So that's very fast and efficient. Now I'm just going to demonstrate that you usually get pushed on top of these pistons rather than push. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I've got pushed on top of the pistons. And if there was blocks above here, it wouldn't happen. So I'm just going to put some blocks. Like this. And then prevent getting pushed over the edge. We'll just go like that. So now you just walk over these. Push right along. Yeah, so that isn't too bad. So yes, both of these designs are very good. This one probably more reliable, but you know, I have a different mindset about this one now. And it's quite a bit faster. It uses the tick rate of a hopper. I don't know if that's ever been used before. Oh yeah, see, I just glitched through it. But yeah, so this one's pretty fast. This one's not as fast, but much more reliable. And I think I'm gonna try to come up with a design where you can actually have the pistons on going both ways like that. But oh, I seem to have just, yeah, well, you get the point. So a two-way. But yeah, everyone, thank you so much for watching. And next episode, I'm going to be showing off a simple little mob farm, I believe. Or, yeah. So probably a simple little mob farm. Something simple and easy to build that involves very little redstone. So, yes, thank you everyone so much for watching. And this is Droplet Zero signing off.